infancy through adulthood. The sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the prayers, the hard work, all poured into shaping a life. Yet the same child, after growing and becoming successful, may turn around and take the parents to a home where strangers are left to look after them. Is this truly reward of parenthood? Where did we lose our sense of family and responsibility? The thought alone brought tears to my eyes. Indeed, the times have changed. Still, I say it is well. Let us not forget that old age is a state of life every one of us hopes to reach. Treating our parents with love and dignity is not a moral duty. It is a seed we are sowing for ourselves. Hello, Suzanne. Good morning. Hello, Suzanne. Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, maybe not. All right. So, based off of this thing, I think the first thing that I would like to say is from what this person said. The person said, um, I want to pick from a paragraph where he said, a parent carries a pregnancy for 9 months, gives birth, dedicates their life to training that child from infancy through adulthood. I mean, sleepless nights, sacrifices, prayers, hard work. And then the child now wakes up and says, I'm not taking care of you. I think that when I saw that statement, I just smiled because maybe I have a different ideology on how these things go. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I used to be of this school of thought as well until I became a parent. And I said to myself, it's not my, like, that child did not ask to be born. And I will put this to society and parenting and culture where a woman gets married, a man gets married, and the next thing, from the wedding day, they're already praying 9 months from now, you will have children. That child did not ask to be born. You can plan your life in such a way that you know that, okay, I'm making a conscious, calculated decision to bring a child into this world. Because interestingly, I was having this conversation with one of my sisters yesterday, and I said, I think the issue that we now see is a lot of young people putting undue pressure on themselves because what is expected of them is that once they get to a certain age in life, it is now their responsibility to care for their
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917.
So many of us. So you see, why should taking care of one's parents, be a burden? A burden to bear your own burden as a child. It wasn't a burden to take as a child. It wasn't a burden to take a burden for you to take care of them, burdens and come to saying as far as I'm concerned, dealing with deadbeat dads for you to take care of them, to see when you say things like deadbeat dads for you to take so when the come across things like deadbeat dads for you to take begin to see me as begin to see me as a problem. And at the end of the day, would want to abandon me in a people's home, in an oldies home. That is totally. Are you with me, for me?
Yes, I am.
Totally unfair because you don't want the mothers to join the club of some deadbeat fathers. I'm saying here, what I'm saying is, let us be fair to our parents. Let us make sure that as they have taken care of us, we take care of them. Because if you have the money, if you can afford to, put your parents in an oldies home, that means you have some money. Because it doesn't come cheap. Except you want to go and abandon them in some random homes where, they are going to be treated like a piece of, I don't want to say it. So what I'm going to advise is this. If you feel that your mother or your father, maybe either of them is ill and it's taking so much from you, maybe your time and all of that, to take care of them. What is wrong with you? They did it for you when you were little. They had someone to take care of you while they had to go to work. So you can do likewise, bring in a caregiver to take care of if your mother, your father is very ill and or they need to be taken care of and they're out of the hospital. You bring in a caregiver to take care of them. And also, if you are planning on putting your father in the old people's home, how do you start? You make inquiries. I'm just trying to be fair. I don't like it, but I'm just advising those who would want to do it. Do it nicely. Don't just make them feel abandoned. So when you want to put them there, what do? You go and make inquiries. In this particular home you want to, put in your parents, go and find out, do they usually have social activities? If they do, you can make inquiries on what days they do have these activities. Then you take your parents down to join those who are residents in that home to enjoy these activities. So when you do this often or occasionally, let it be that it is your parents that will say, I like being in the midst of these people. I want to be part of them. I want to, can we live here? Can I live here with them? I feel so at home with them. So now when you now go and put them in such oldies homes, it is not because you just want to dump them there and face your life, but because it is at their request. So that brings more joy to you and your parents. But if you just feel that, okay, this, my mom, this, my dad, they are so sickly, they are always it is unfair because they had to give up a lot of things to take care of you. I know how we bash parents who don't take care of their children. I know what we say to deadbeat fathers. I know a lot of things that we say. We tend to censure parents who don't take care of their children. So when a child now comes up and says that because now you have your own home, now you have your own family, so now your parents are beginning to look like burdens and all of that. Slow down a bit. Take it easy. That is a very strong contrast between, contrast to how your parents cared for you as a child. So, your parents cared for you with careful, measured steps. So if you want to do anything, whatever it is you want to put them in a home, let it be that they have a say. They have, they consent to it. Don't just make it your own responsibility and your own decision, because you don't know how they're going to feel when they are there. You don't know how abandoned, no matter how beautiful, no matter how well taken care of, there is something about when your child is around you. There is something about when you know your child cared for you. So you see, if I really want to say the way I felt when I saw that story, when I saw that story, actually, what came to my mind is my Niger Delta self. And what came to my mind was this for me. It's like, let me see this person and tell this person, I beg, waiting they work you. Your mama, your papa borrow money, carry their salary, take care of you, did all of these things. And now it is time for you to take care of them. Nobody is saying that you should empty your pocket to do it. But please, life is all about give and take. You don't want to break a sweat for your parents because you want to follow the advice of some self-centered person. No, please, let's do the right thing. Make your parents happy. Let their older days on earth be worth the while. Don't make wish for an early grave. Don't make them feel useless because they spent their time, their years, their money, their sweat taking care of you, and now you're comfortable. You feel that, okay. So, it was selfless as far as we're concerned.
But Ibn sorry to cut you. I hear you, and as a parent, right, I realize that everything I do with my children or for my children, I'm not doing it because I want them to repay me in the future. That has never occurred to me. If anything, I'm thinking about how their lives can be soft. So when they are out of university, I'm thinking of, because I have a friend who, as soon as we done with university, the dad gave them houses. Oh yeah. So they didn't have to rent. So that's where my mind is thinking. I'm thinking that when I'm 60, I don't want to be dependent on my child. And this is not about, because I don't want my child to take care of me. I'm hoping that the values I'm instilling in them are such that when I am older and they're in a place where they are comfortable enough, they can do for me. Oh, mommy, I'm sending you 50K. Mommy, I'm sending you 1 million. Do you understand? But I think that the issue we're having, like I said earlier, is that this and I get it, I understand it. That used to be me. I used to think that once I get to a certain age, my life's work was to take care of my parents. But I'm realizing that while that is there on one hand, I should, as the first one, as the adult of my family, that's a responsibility that I've been shouldering since when I was a child. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I now have a family. My life is just settling. All fingers are not equal. Life you can think that this is the trajectory of your life, and that's not what happens. I know for sure that there have been times where I've actually thought of, should I go and rob a bank because I wanted to send money home? And I'm saying that live on radio because I'm just thinking the pressure just started getting so much that I'm feeling like I need to send money home. And that's why a lot of young girls are doing things that they should not be doing because they have to send money to the house. Their mom has called to say the roof has been moved. Oh, landlord they're not thinking about the emotional state that child is in. Yes, you've said you should be able to take care of your parents, or if you said that you want to send them to old people's home, make sure you do your due diligence. But the real crux of the matter is that it seems like people are giving birth now so that the children, there's this mentality now that but I suffered for you, you're supposed to suffer for me. Susan, what are your thoughts on this before we come back to Ibn Abba? Hi, Susan. Are you there?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Good morning, everyone. So for me, I would say that it's a whole lot. It's complicated. And for me, I totally agree with you when you said as an adult, when you are a first child, there's a lot of pressure on you. You are trying to figure out your own stability as a person. And you're also trying to figure out your stability for your parents. Now, the truth is, do I agree that we need to take care of our parents as they age? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the other thing there is this. while we take care of our parents, I was just wondering, because I had a flashback. As an undergraduate in the University of Lagos, one of the reach outs we did was going to the old people's home, to go and visit them, give them things. As students, we prayed with them. It was a fellowship, it was my fellowship at the time that organized it. And for me, I saw it as an opportunity to also join and reach out. So when we got there, I was curious because I saw people, different ages and all of that. Some were even celebrating their birthday that very day. And so we waited and celebrated with them. Now, I wanted to know why were they there. It was mixed. And I'm giving this background to also shed more light. Some persons, their children were not living in the country and did not trust who to hand their parents over to. We have also seen caregivers who have also unalived some of these people. So, we're trying to balance it out here. We have seen caregivers who feel that your children have money and you're not doing it. So they have unalived some of these persons. So I heard that some of them, their children are not around, but they are always, like Ibn Abbas said, it doesn't come cheap. And then some of them were abandoned because, we know the country we live in, we are very religious. Mm-hmm. Some people have been told that their parents are the weapon formed against them. Yeah. So they end up moving their parents to those homes and abandoning them there. After taking them to that place, they don't show up again. While we agree that it is good for children to take care of their parents, can we also agree that if you are not available to do that, you can pay someone? At least that is a government registered body and all of that. So there must be terms and conditions for you to bring in someone to take care. My own will be, if you take that person there and you are not in the picture at all, I think it raises concerns for me, because I have also researched it and all of that. In developed countries, we also have old people's homes. So my question is, why do we have these old people's homes if it was not proper? So let us not, totally rule out the place of having an old people's home. Where it becomes a burden is when that child is nowhere to be found. You just abandon them, you are not coming around, you are not calling, you are not sending the things they need. That is abandonment. That is not
sorry
anymore.
Because Susan, we want to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll continue. Please hold your thoughts. And
this is WFM 91.7.
Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 Naira into a 200,000 Naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 Naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned, because this is the game changer you've been waiting for, coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 Naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
Ndị be anyị, ihe ukwu eruola o, ego na-ezo dịka mmiri ozuzo.
Better play, better chance. 200,000 Naira nwere ike ịbanye n'aka gị taa.
Geekwa ntị, ugboro 3 n'ụbọchị, aha ndị mmeri ga-apụta live na redio.
Naanị naanị 500 naira ka ị nwere ike iji merie ruo 200,000 naira kwa ụbọchị. Sonye na Better Play ugbu a ma gee ekwentị na redio ma ọ kụọ elekere 10 nke ụtụtụ, elekere 2 nke ehihie na elekere 6 nke abalị kwa ụbọchị. Aha gị nwere ike bụrụ nke akpọrọ Better Play. Egbukwala oge, mee ngwa ngwa zụta tiketi gị ugbu a.
Zụta tiketi gị na www.betterplay.ng maọbụ pịa *347*154#. Ịchọọ ime ka ohere gị bawanye, ị nwere ike ịzụta tiketi ruru 20.
Mee ngwa ngwa soro anyị na Facebook @betterplay na Instagram @betterplayng maka ozi ọhụrụ. Oge iji emeri ego a eruola. Ị nwere ike ịbụ onye mmeri tata. Better Play bụ naanị maka ndị toruru afọ 18 ma ọ bụ karịa. Sonye egwuregwu a n'ụzọ ziri ezi.
Abuja,
Nigeria.
Vow 2025 with Nigerian women and the power of collective action on Thursday, 2nd October 2025 in Abuja, Nigeria. The 9th edition of the Voice of Women Conference and Awards, Vow 2025, will be the deal breaker for Nigeria's journey of inclusion. You don't want to miss it.
Vow 2025 from the stables of Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, supported by the MacArthur Foundation, First Bank, LIRS, and NIMASA.
Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣé jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá, jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
Hello alájà. Mummy àná yẹn padà wá sí ṣọ́ọ̀pù mà. Wọ́n ní kí n fún wọn ní ẹ̀dínwó nínú owó léèsì, aṣọ òkè àti brocade tí wọ́n rà. Ṣé kí n fún wọn ní ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ kí ẹ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀?
Ṣukura, ṣo ní kírẹ́dìtì ni?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà, MTN Better Gist ni mò ń lò mà. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe nǹkan bàbàrà mọ́. Pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ́jú 6 tó fi sọ̀rọ̀, MTN máa bù yín ní ìṣẹ́jú 3 sí i pé *123*2*1# tàbí kí o tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ PG sí 312. Ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Àwọn òfin àti ìlànà wà.
Hello, my name is Adedoja Allen, MDC of City 1051 FM. On Friday, 20th June 2025, we hosted the very first edition of She Leads, and it was nothing short of phenomenal.
I decided to attend today's mentorship program because I'm very big on walking in purpose. So listening to Mrs. Adedoja Allen on the radio, I just felt, she's someone who knows what she's about.
Over 100 ambitious women came together to learn, network, and share experiences, and the impact was simply incredible. That's why I'm so excited to invite you to She Leads 2.0, a free one-day mentorship class with me. This program is designed exclusively for female business owners, entrepreneurs, and aspiring leaders in middle management across industries. So join me and other female industry trailblazers on Friday, 19th of September 2025 at the Radisson Blue Hotel, Ikeja GRA from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
To register, text She Leads to 0916-620-3945. If She Leads 1.0 made the baby in your womb leap, She Leads 2.0 will make you soar. She Leads 2.0. Proudly supported by Radisson Blue Hotel, Providence Bank, and Asha Microfinance Bank.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
Do you know that rape, domestic violence, and child abuse are all crimes against the state? Do you know that as a survivor of either domestic and sexual violence, you can access medical, legal, counseling, and other services at no cost? please reach out to us on 0800 333 333. Help is a phone call away and utmost confidentiality is guaranteed. Don't suffer in silence. We believe you. This message was brought to you by the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency with support from the Carter Center.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial star 900 # on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win. This promo lasts till the 21st of September.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
Oh yeah, give them left and right, hot.
You think you know Nigeria's biggest tunes?
This battle is a problem.
Then get in the ring on the Big Tune Show every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFM 91.2. Be ready or get knocked out.
The name says it all. Women Radio 91.7.
All right. Welcome back. You're still tuned into the
comot hand, no dey touch woman anyhow. E no good. Make we respect our women. This message is brought to you by Women Radio 91.7 FM.
Sorry, my network has been shaky. So I want to say that for me, taking parents to an old people's home, shouldn't always be seen as rejection, because that particular post reeked of rejection. I said this, that was why I gave that background story I had many years back as an undergraduate. It shouldn't be seen as rejection, because the truth is, context matters, and our aim here is to raise awareness and also make people understand things clearly. Context is very key for us. Now, why do I say this? Some families lack the capacity, to provide round-the-clock care. Some elderly persons need that round-the-clock care, and some elderly people, they prefer structured communities where they get medical support and also companionship. They have fellow elderly people who they can discuss with, interact with, because again, they are elderly people. If you just leave them, if you get a young caregiver, the person might finish taking care of them, go into her own room or her own side of the apartment and be pressing phone. And grandma or grandpa is in isolation. Nobody to speak to, nobody to interact with. It's not very easy. So it's very important that we ensure, one, their dignity, for me, their health, their emotional well-being, and whether they live at home or in a facility, for me, it's not key. Do I want to take care of my parents? Yes, I do, but I might not be able to give that round-the-clock care for them. So their dignity, their health, and their emotional well-being should be my priority. And then families can as well share responsibility if you know you can do that, so that you keep emotional connections strong. If you have the time, some people, they go out in the morning and they come back late at night. So who will be there to look after? We are not talking of young people, no, we are talking of elderly people. And then we want to reduce this stigma, We want to reduce stigma by reframing it as choosing the best care option, not abandonment. Because reading that, I saw abandonment. I've been to different homes for elderly, for persons with disabilities, and what have you. Why did I do that? I did that to understand the reasons behind having these persons there. So let us change that stigma, around care to best care option and not abandonment. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Susan, because that's another conversation even entirely, because like you rightly said, you're taking your parents, beg your pardon, to old people's home, or like you said before we went, the reason why they're there means that there's a reason for them being there. But beyond just taking your parents there, you have to do your due diligence. It's sort of like when you want to go to school, your parents do due diligence to check for the right schools for you, that will cater to you, that will meet your educational needs and your emotional needs as well. So back to you, Ibinabo, because I feel like Ibinabo is on the side of the parents. She don't want to even hear, like, I'm your mother. you take care of me. And I hear it, to be honest, I do. But I think that it also begs a deeper question, which is what is causing, like, we need to investigate what is causing a disconnect between parents and children. Because what have you done as a parent to trigger something like that from your children to say, do you know what, to be mommy, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. I've heard quite a few people say, I don't care what my parents are up to, because maybe childhood trauma, maybe there was abuse, maybe there was trauma, heavy trauma there, and the parent thought they were doing the right thing. Because I have to say that, because I realized that some of the things I was upset with my parents about, they did not know any better. They could only do what they could do with the tools that they had at that point in time. So even about the question I'm asking is, how do we now begin to unpack this thing? This, I don't know, this, is it disagreement, this maybe bitterness, I don't even know, between parents and children, where what could cause a child to say, I don't care where you are. Do you know what? So it will not be said I didn't do anything. I'm just going to dump you at the old parents' home and I'm done with you. How do we unpack that?
Okay, thank you. I'm not saying that. I have a friend who owns an oldest home, a very beautiful place, well arranged, well put together. Do you understand? And I'm sure that if some people go there to do their due diligence for their parents, they wouldn't mind if they can afford it. What I'm saying is, don't make it a tradition. Even when you have the opportunity to take care of them yourself, even when you have the space to take care of them, then because it is like what everybody is doing. Because your parents didn't do what everybody was doing. Your father wasn't a deadbeat man. I'm not saying that when you take care of your children, you are doing it because they will take care of you. I mean, it is a cause.
Yeah.
Let us ourselves. It's a natural cause. Even in the world of the animals, there's something Yorubas say. When the rabbit grows old, it begins to suckle its own babies. So there is nothing extraordinary, or there is nothing out of this world if you take care of your parents. And this mindset of, are you taking care of me so that I can come and take care of you, is a very selfish mindset. Because you don't have to reason like that. Because as a parent, as I am, I'm taking care of my children, not necessarily that they will come and take care of, because I'm praying that even in my old age, I'll be very comfortable. I'm very comfortable. I will be able to afford some things for myself. Some things that I would have expected my children to do for me, I can afford them myself. To be a burden to my children. But the thing about relationship, something about relationship, something about being cared for, something about being available. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to work. I'm not saying I want to live with you. I'm not saying all of that. But there's something about when you go and you see, there's a word we have to pay attention to here. That is abandonment. If they find you putting your parents in the old this home is not due to is not painted with abandonment or doesn't abandoning them, there's no problem. Just do your due diligence. Some parents want to be amongst their peers, among their mates, and you are not mates. So please do the needful. And you see, there is something I see again. You see, most times children tend to judge their parents. Oh, my mother do this. Oh, my father was like this. Oh, they should have done this like this. But by the time you grow older, you see yourself doing the same thing. Not because you don't know any better, but because there were reasons why your parents did what they did. This is not talking about parents who abandon their children. This is not talking about parents who don't even take a moment to understand their children. I'm not talking about those. Those ones are the odds of some parents. I'm talking about when a parent actually try his or her best to see that you find life as comfortable as they can afford to give to you. You're not expecting your parents. So see, there are people who have been to various places where they will tell them, oh, your life is not moving fast because your parents are like this and like that. I met a woman some time ago. She was in the market. I saw her stall, a table. Everything she had on the table wasn't up to even 5,000 naira. And she was there, and all of that. And I was telling myself that maybe she was doing it just to get busy. But I tried to when I see people like that, I try to get closer to them. And I got to realize that she said she had 2 children, 2 daughters, and they were not married. So they said they went somewhere and they were told that it was their mother who was behind their not being married. So they needed to stay away from her for their lives to have meaning. But I tell you, they came back later. Because even when they left, they didn't find anything because nothing was missing. You need to look inwards and look at where you are getting it wrong and do the right period. So you see, there are so many things. And then we have lost this communal living where we live together, we look out for one another and all of that. So all of these things are eating into this mindset of, please, go and dump this person in the old people's home. If you put your parents in the old people's home, it's not a problem. I can't fault it. But why? Your reason is my problem. Why are you doing that? If you are putting them there because, okay, I'm busy, I need my mom or my dad to have the best of cares, and I can't give that. And I can pay for it. Please do. Did you have the conversation with your parents? Because now when you were little, you did, but they are adults. So it is only fair that you have this conversation with them. And as good parents, they will understand. But my worry here is, do you even visit them? How do they even interact with their grandchildren? Because you keep your parents in the oldest home, and your parents don't have this relationship with your own children. How do they have this feel of, I'm a grandparent? Or how do they even reminiscent on their last outing or their last activities with their grandchildren? So all of these things, see, I'm not against it. And I'm not saying that parents, you're taking care of your children because they must take care of you. It's a natural course. If you don't do it, you are building a future for yourself. It is not, after all, am I their retirement benefit? It's okay. However you see it, I believe in garbage in, garbage out. What you sow is what you're going to reap. If you feel that taking care of your parents is not your responsibility, is a burden, go ahead. You go now, your children say go up. You can't feel you. So I'm not putting a burden on any child. I'm not putting a burden on any parent. I just want that cordiality, that relationship to blossom. Let your mother or your father know that they have children. They're not people without children. Because my aunt of blessed memory, she had no child of her own, but it be like saying that she born the whole community. Because we all took care of her, we were all there for her. And when she transited, in fact, anybody who did not have any mother or father who had no child of his or her own wouldn't feel bad because she had a life almost better, almost richer than those people who had children. See, it's about love, it's about care. It's not complete, but whatever you sow, you're going to reap. It's a matter of
Thank you so much, Binawa. In 1 minute, please, Susan, can you just give your final word because we are out of time?
Totally agree with Ibinabo. What you sow, you will reap. As long as you are doing it for the right intentions, you are not trying to malign their efforts while you were growing up or whatever. You are taking them there, not to abandon them. I keep the word abandon. As long as you are taking them for best care, support, their well-being, you are also connecting with them. It is not a sin to have your parents in an old people's home instead of leaving them alone at home without support or care.
Thank you so much, ladies, for today's show. I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, I do agree that that communal bond is something that is lacking in our society today. Back then we could go to our grandparents' house to just stay for a while, but now everybody's forming busy. I'm too busy for this, I'm too busy for that. And like you said earlier, even Susan, if you feel like, okay, I don't want to send them to old people's home, you can get a nurse for them. You can get someone to live with them, someone that is trusted, because things they occur in this our street, someone that is trusted, just so that their minds are still active, their body is still active, and they're not feeling like they've been, to use your word, abandoned. Nobody would like to feel abandoned at whatever age, how much more at an age where they are not as active, they're probably retired and all that. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming. Today was an insightful show. Rose will be back from her leave, so you'll be seeing Rose next week. All right, ladies, have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day and make the most of your weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Up next is Radio Doctor. You want to stick around for that. My name is Fumi Bambala.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and